This person cannot be reached.
That was Detective Caston. I called again. Okay. I'll call Caston. And call the medical examiner again.
Good afternoon, coroner's office.
Yes, I was trying to speak to the coroner.
Okay, this is the coroner speaking to.
Okay, hi. My name is Miss Redmond. My daughter, Pretty Jackson. You guys had picked her up like back in July 17th, I believe. You guys got her.
Yes, ma'am. It was skeletal remains. Total skeletal remains. So that takes longer to examine when we're looking, for signs of trauma and injury and that kind of stuff, because we have to look at each individual bone that was collected. So it's a time process. And I understand you want to lay her to rest, but you also want, justice for your daughter as well. So you don't want to rush the process and then overlook something that could be vital in court.
Okay. So do you have a time or like a roundabout time that you think you may release her, or?
Well, now that's going to be solely up to the state medical examiner, and I would have to reach out to them, to see if they can pinpoint a time frame when they might be finished with her examination. But they're already gone. My office wasn't even open today due to the weather. I just happened to come in because my power was out at my house, and I knew the power was on here. So I came into the office, but actually the office is closed today.
Okay, so I thought you were the medical examiner. What's your name? I thought you were.
I'm the coroner. I'm Sharon Grisham Stewart. I'm the coroner. Each county in the state has a coroner, and the coroner is the person that goes to the scene, does the on-scene investigation, collects, the body, and brings in to the medical examiner. Then the medical examiner does the internal, external examination, does all the other additional studies that need to be done, in order to make the determination as to the identity of the body and as well as the identity as to the cause of death.
Okay. Because it feels like I remember a lady called me last month from the medical examiner's office, and she told me that they were short-staffed or something, that they didn't have enough medical examiners on hand or something, and
they've been backed up at the medical examiner's office for seemed like over a year. So they get cases in from all over the state, not just here in Jackson. Yes, ma'am.
Because I do remember her telling me like somebody had quit or something, like they had a couple of people who quit last month, and so it's another month. So I was just trying to see what was the status and what was the update, since if anything changed or anything's different.
Yes, ma'am. Just as soon as I can know something as far as when she might be released, I'll reach out to you and let you know, so that you and your family can go ahead and start trying to plan a burial, a funeral, or whatever your plans are.
So that is normal to take this long. That's normal.
I'm sorry, say that again.
So that is normal to take this long with that. With the
Oh yes, it is, and actually, we just recovered her remains in July, and this isn't even the end of August yet. So
it's August 30th. August 30th. I mean, it's going to be September in a couple days. It's August 30th
but it
today.
ain't over yet. We still got one more day, I think.
So it's just bones. You said it was just bones remain.
Yes, ma'am. No skeletal flesh? Remains. Skeletal.
No flesh.
So, okay. When we get a case like that, the first thing that we need to do is figure out who do we have here. So we had good reason to suspect that it was Purdy, based on the young man leading us to the remains and him being the last one with her, but because we couldn't visually look at what we had there and look at her picture and say, yeah, that's her. No, we couldn't do that because it was just bones, So that's why we had to wait until we could get the dental records and get confirmation that, yes, this is pretty.
So you guys did get the dental records, though, to confirm that it's her?
We were able to get the dental records from the, I think it was Cool Smiles.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I have to.
Yeah, it's Cool Smiles.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so was all her bones found, like the whole skeletal, or just a few pieces, like just look,
No, I would say a large portion of the bones were found. When a body is left out in the open elements like that, you're going to have some animal activity, and they can be spread out, so they weren't all just laying there together. We had to do a search.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. But I have your number. I got your number from the detective. And just as soon as the medical examiner's office gives me, an idea of when she'll be ready to be released out, like I said, reach out to you and let you know, okay?
And what is the medical examiner's name that's doing it?
Dr. Arbo is the state medical examiner, and then Dr. Holobinko is the pathologist. Pathologist is the one that looks at the bones. The anthropologist looks at the bones. The pathologist looks at the body. And so since there was, just bones, an anthropologist has to be used.
Can I ask, okay, so you can confirm that she was shot in the forehead. I think the detective said in the forehead and in the neck.
Like I said, it was bone. So, unless the trauma to the neck extended to the bones of the neck, we won't know for sure. And as far as any other findings, until the medical examiner is ready to release that, I can't release that information to you at this time.
So, it's just gonna be just waiting, So it's just gonna be just waiting. I mean, just waiting because it's been a month and a half.
Well, yes, ma'am. I understand. That your anticipation and everything, but like I said, this is a criminal case, so we want to make sure that we have all of our documentation to present a strong case in court, because you definitely don't want somebody to be able to get off and get away with doing something so terrible to your daughter. I know it's hard trying to wait for the results to come in, but patience has got to be important in dealing with a case like this.
Okay. 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 Well. Okay.
All right, dear. I'll be in touch with you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, baby. Bye-bye.
Oh, pretty. Pretty. Oh my God, pretty. Pretty. Oh God, pretty. Oh God, pretty.